What's up, you guys? Jason Wardrop here, and in today's video I'm going to break down the best Facebook ads for real estate agents that you can literally just copy and paste for your own business. So if you run a real estate marketing agency and you work with real estate clients and you want to go through and get them more leads with Facebook ads, this video is perfect for you. Or if you are a real estate agent looking to generate more leads with Facebook, then also this video is for you. Now, kind of the layout of this video, I'm going to first show you guys several of these ads you can literally just copy and paste. And if you like this video, drop a comment down below. I'll share with you guys the link that you guys can access that for free. No paywall or anything like that. And then I'm actually going to walk you through step by step how to set up these ads inside of the Facebook Ads Manager, because that's kind of a key important part of this whole process. And then once you start getting leads coming in, I'm going to show you how to sync them with your CRM and have the automated email, SMS, voicemail drop, follow-up, everything set up from A to Z. And I'll also give you guys those templates as well if you hang around here to the end of this video, right? So once again, if you guys want these templates, just smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and I'll hook you guys up. So this is one, and just a quick disclaimer here, guys. All of these ads, we have spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in paid advertising, Facebook ads, testing these. So these aren't just like theoretical ads of like, oh, maybe they'll work, maybe they'll not. These work. We've worked with over 15,000 real estate clients running these exact Facebook ads, right? So here's one for an open house, right? And for a time there with COVID and all that stuff, like open houses weren't really a thing, but things are opening a little bit more back up. And so if you have an open house, this is great to run about 4 to 5 days before the open house even starts to build up some hype, start generating some leads, and also let people know about your open house. So you're not just putting the sign out day of the open house. You can start creating some attraction for that specific property before the open house even starts. Right now, here's another one. So this is for seller leads. So it says attention homeowners, right? So you're calling out your city, getting very specific here. Do you want to increase the value of your home? Right, so basically what we're giving them here is a template or basically a little PDF showing them different things they can do to increase the value of your home, to get the maximum value if they're looking to sell. Because what homeowner does not want to get the maximum value out of their home, right? And then we've got one right here. Do you know anyone looking to buy a home? So this is looking for buyer leads, somebody looking to go through and buy a home. And I've got another one right here. This is for a listing. So if you got a listing, which I know they're hard to come by nowadays, the market is so hot that basically if you get that listing, you're almost guaranteed to make a lot of money. But these ads also are able to go through and help you bring in a lot of other leads. Even if you're like, hey, I know this listing is gonna sell, I don't have to do any work. Well, also helps you bring in other people that are also interested in buying in your specific area. So it's still good to run these ads. And the cool thing about this specific ad right here, we get leads for less than $2 per lead with this specific ad, right? Which is absolutely insane when you compare that to the cost of real estate leads from Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, and all those other big platforms. Now, I'm not gonna go through and set all these ads up just because that would take an extremely long time to go through and do in this one video right here. But let's just go through, we'll just take this ad right here. Obviously, you see we've got all these other templates right here, and I actually have a whole list of a bunch more over here that I can also share with you guys. But let's go through and do just one. Let's jump into the Facebook Ads Manager and let's walk through setting this up step by step exactly how I would do it and how we have done it with literally over 15,000 clients. So you guys can skip the trial and error, skip the guesswork, and just get to seeing amazing results with this. All right, so what we're gonna do is gonna come over here. Inside of the Facebook Ads Manager, we're going to create a new Facebook ad campaign, right? So we're going to click on create right here. And over here, what we want to do is choose a campaign objective. Now, we are going to go through and choose lead generation. Now, if you've watched my videos in the past couple years ago, we would go through and do conversions, and that's leveraging a landing page. However, after all the data that we have, lead generation is leveraging something called Facebook lead form ads. And they just work significantly better than landing pages. You get lower costs, you keep people on Facebook, which Facebook likes. And so we're gonna go with lead generation or the Facebook lead formats. Then we're just gonna click on continue right here. And it's gonna take us through the whole campaign walkthrough setup. Now, I know if you're like in Australia, New Zealand, different areas in the world, you don't have to do this exact setup. But for Canada, for the US, kind of my main audience right here, you have to go through and for real estate ads, you have to go through and choose the special ad category selection right here. So what we're gonna do is come over here and choose housing. Okay, so that says ads for real estate listings, homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, or other related opportunities. So we need to select that. Even if you're in real estate investing or the mortgage space, whatever it is, you have to go through and select that. And then for the campaign name, we're just gonna do Facebook ad for real estate demo. Okay, now obviously you name that whatever you want, just so you can kind of keep track of what's going on here. And just as I'm going through this, I know there's a lot of different things here. If I don't select it or change it, that means you don't have to do anything. All right, just the kind of the base default of whatever's already selected. You don't have to mess with it. So we got United States, campaign details, all this stuff. I'm just gonna leave as is. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna click on next. So that is setting up what is called the Facebook ad campaign. Now this is getting into what's called the ad set. So the ad set is where we're choosing the targeting, our budget, who we want to go through and show this ad to. All right, so right here, let's say we are going through and running this ad in Dallas, Texas. So we're just gonna say Dallas, Texas. All right, and obviously if you live in Dallas, you don't need to go through and name the ad set Dallas, Texas, but that's kind of it, you're only gonna see that, so you just name it whatever you want. Right, so now we're gonna come down and we're gonna select your Facebook business page. Now you need a Facebook business page in order to run Facebook ads for your real estate business. If you don't have a Facebook business page, I've got several other videos on this channel that shows you how to walk through it's how to set that up step by step. Those are 100% free. It takes literally like 2 minutes to go through and set that up. It's very easy to do. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna select, let's just say, oh, I already got a Dallas realtor. I literally had no idea, but there we go. And so if this is the first time setting up a Facebook lead form ad, then you have to accept their terms and conditions for your Facebook business page. But you can see right here, I've already accepted that. If you haven't, you just basically click the button. It just says accept, just kind of like a normal acceptance of terms of service. Okay, so now we're gonna come down here and we're gonna choose our daily budget. Now, here's the deal. You can go through and set whatever budget you want. However, you don't wanna go less than $10 per day. The reason why is because I haven't seen in all of our experience, all of our data, the Facebook ads algorithm just doesn't really kick in until it's at about $10 per day. And so if you want more leads, obviously just go and invest more per day into your daily budget, right? Because if you're, let's say, getting leads for $5 per lead and your budget is $10 per day, then $5 per lead divided by the $10, you're gonna be getting 2 leads per day, right? Where if you're like, hey, I wanna go through, I wanna start getting like 5 leads a day. Well, just up that budget to $25 per day if you're getting leads for $5 per lead and you're set, right? Now, here's a quick little caveat though. Just because you go through and are getting $5 per lead doesn't mean you're gonna get 2 leads every single day, right? Some days you might get 3, some days you might get 1, some days you might get 2, other days maybe 0, some days 4, but it's gonna, on like a rolling 7-day calendar, it's going to average out to about 2 leads per day or about $5 per lead, right? So let's just clear that up real quick. Now coming down here, we can choose a start date. Usually I like to start them just immediately, just get the thing going, because usually it takes a little bit of time for Facebook to go through and approve the new ads. If it's a brand new account, it could take a couple of hours. If it's a seasoned account, then it could just take a couple of minutes to go through and get set up. Now let's just see here, show more options. We don't need to mess with any of that right there. Custom audiences, we're not gonna mess with any of that right there. Okay, so for locations, this is also something that we need to go through and update. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and obviously we are gonna do Dallas, Texas, because we are running this for people in Dallas, right? So we're gonna search locations, Dallas, Texas. Okay, now you saw this little drop down I just selected just a minute ago. This is also something that I like to update and change. Okay, and this is for all the ads that we're gonna be running. So it says people living in or recently in this location. I like to switch this to just people living in this location, because if we're working in real estate, we probably only want people in that specific location. If let's say you're a restaurant, or it doesn't matter if they live there or not type of business, then you can select everyone, right? But more than likely, if you're looking to have someone buy or sell a home, more likely they're gonna already live there. Yes, you're gonna have some people that are going through and moving to Dallas, but for the most part, I like to just keep it at that. And then as far as a special ad category that we need to select when we're running real estate ads, you're not able to go through and change out the age or the gender or any of this stuff, which honestly, once they made that switch a couple of years ago, we actually haven't seen a big negative effect on our ads. And the reason why is because Facebook actually likes a larger audience to show your ads to. The larger their audience, the more that the algorithm can just take control and just do its thing, which honestly is a lot better off for you anyway. Okay, so down here you could do languages, you could do like English or whatever. I usually just leave all languages, just leave it open-ended. Don't go through and mess with too much stuff. And I'll usually do automatic placements, which is also recommended. Okay, so now we've gone through the whole ad set. Now the next step is we're gonna come down here and click on next, and we are going to set up the actual Facebook ad. Okay, so this is what people are gonna actually see in their newsfeed, the right-hand column, on Instagram, all those different places. And if you're brand new to Facebook ads, that is the cool thing about setting up your ads inside of the Facebook Ads Manager, because Facebook owns Instagram. So by setting up a $10 per day budget right here, just like we did, your ad is going to show on both Facebook as well as Instagram. Right? It's going to get you a lot more eyeballs and bring in a lot more leads for all the things that we're doing here. Okay, so now we're going to come down here. You can give the ad a name. I'm just going to leave it for right now. We're just going to do ad setup, create ad, and then the media. So this is like the image. Okay, so you could do a video as well. Either one works great. I'm just going to do an image for this one. But basically what we're doing this for this new listing campaign. And like I said, when I share the links with you guys can see how I set up all these different ads. I'm kind of doing the same stock photo right here. But for this listing, what you're going to want to do is have an image of the exterior of the home, kind of like the front of it, like right here, something like that. That's what I've seen work the best. And so what we're going to do, I'm just going to do add an image right here, and I might already have one uploaded. Let me just check right here. Yeah, right here. We'll just use this one right here, and I'm just going to sit next. Okay, so we've got all like the image, how it's going to look on all the different locations that Facebook's going to show the ad. And then we're going to hit done. It's going to pop up just like that. And then coming down here, we have our primary text. So as somebody's scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, this is what they're going to go through and be able to read. So that is this part right here. We're just going to select this, boom, copy that, and we're going to come back over here and we're going to paste this. And then what I like to do is I like to give it a little bit of space, right? Because it just makes it easier to read. So I go through, just kind of go make some spaces, because if it's all bunched up, people don't want to really take the time to go through and read it. And then this is kind of like one of the older styles, going to a landing page. So I'm going to say, instead of go here with the link to the landing page, I'm going to say click below. Oh, click below, jump down there for some reason. So I'm just going to cut that. Okay, so click below for price, address, and more pics. All right, so now I'm just going to go through and copy that, and I'm just going to paste this up here. And I like to have the call to action in two places, because like right at the very beginning it says new listing, see it before anyone else, 5 beds, and then let's say maybe like 3 baths. Click below for price, address, and more pics. So like I give them the instant call to action, telling them exactly what to do. It helps boost your conversions. And then we're gonna dive into a little bit more about the home. And obviously you're gonna wanna go through and tweak this. I've got 5 bedroom, 5.5 bath. Obviously you wanna go through, tweak that. Then we've got 2 paragraphs kind of hitting the highlights of the home. Are there vaulted ceilings, stainless steel appliances? Is there a pool in the backyard? Is it close to a park? Whoever your ideal person to buy this, like call out the things that are going to really call out and speak to them. And then last but not least, you're going to want to have one more call to action down here, right? And I like to throw an emoji sometimes, just makes it more fun, right? Just kind of like pops out and catches the eye. And you can see the hashtags, it actually turns the text blue. So it's just another thing to make your post, your ad a little bit different from the next person, right? And then for the headline right here, you can see this. What I usually like to do is say something like new listing in Dallas, 5 beds, 3 baths, something like that, right? So basically kind of like a little highlight explaining what it is. And then for this description, it's optional. I usually don't do anything right there because on a lot of the different locations that Facebook shows your ad, you're not going to see this anyway. And then for the call to action, I usually like to do learn more. Okay, it's kind of a nice subtle way to say like, hey, click here to learn more, but you're not signing up, download anything, just like learn more about it. Okay, so now this is the fun part. So this is where we're getting into the Facebook lead format. So the cool thing about this is that Facebook's going to actually create a form that's going to capture that person's data, so their name, their phone number, and email address, so we can follow up with them via text, via email, actually call them, do voicemail drops, do a lot of different things to follow up. Because if you've been in the real estate world for some time now, you probably heard the saying, the fortune is in the follow-up, and that's dead on. That's 100% accurate. If you're not following up with these leads, it doesn't really matter if you're generating $2 real estate leads, right? It doesn't matter. You got to have the follow-up dialed in. We're going to get to that here in just a second. So we're going to come over here, click on create form. So we're just going to click on continue here, and then the form name, I like to name it right out of the gate because it's actually very difficult to go through and rename this later. So we're just going to say real estate leads demo. Okay, so I'm just going to go for more volume. The intro, background image, we're just going to go through and select. I'll use kind of like the base image that I've got. I used to have a real estate image. Okay, so basically what you're going to want to do, I don't have it on my desktop anymore. What you're going to want to do, we'll just do this one right here. What you want to do is have basically that same exterior shot of the home that you used previously. And then right here, headline, same thing, guys. New listing in Dallas. Okay, 5 beds, 3 baths. And then you might want to go through the same exact paragraph that you used earlier on in the ad. You might want to just copy and paste this. Okay, just let's make it easy. Let's not make it too difficult. Okay, this home is sold, and as you look at this, you might want to go through and shorten it a little bit, right? Like that might be a little bit too much. So I might come over here, go like that. Make sure it makes sense, obviously. But you might want to go through and just make it easier on the eyes, easier to read. And as far as the questions go, I like to go through and I like to select their first name, at least their first name, email, and their phone number, right? So yes, you can collect more information and more data. The only thing about that is your conversion rate is going to drop and your cost per lead is going to go up. So I like to go through and secure their initial information right out of the gate. And then if I need more information, I collect that after. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually delete the full name, and I'm going to go over here to add category, contact fields. I'm going to add their phone number, and I'm going to do user information, first name. I'm going to drag this up to the top, and that's kind of how I usually like to lay it out. Now, obviously, the whole layout sequence, you can do whatever you want, but that's what I prefer to do. Okay, so now the privacy right here. So we got to do, we got to add a privacy policy link. So if you have a website, which mostly everyone does in the real estate space, you're just going to add your privacy policy to your website right there. And we're just going to do privacy policy, just type that in. Now, another little hack with this, if you don't have a website, don't have a privacy policy, I've seen it to work that if you just throw in, let's just throw in our URL to our Facebook business page. That will also work. Okay, so now the completion, once they go through and they actually opt in, what are we doing here? Okay, so it says thanks, you're all set. You can visit our website or exit the form now. What I would like to do is like say, hey, I just sent you an email with the price, pictures, and more information, basically confirming everything they just opted in for and letting them know where to go next. Okay, and this is a nice place where you can go through and send them to your website. And a lot of people love to send people to their website, even though that really is probably not the best thing to do because it really doesn't matter. But here I also like to do call business. You can have them actually click to call you, which honestly a lot of times is not going to happen. So we'll just keep it honestly at view website for right now. Okay, but tell them to go check their email because that is where we're sending all of this information. Right, so now we're just gonna hit publish. I'm not gonna publish this right here because it's just obviously not a real ad right there, but we'd hit publish. Okay, and then we would just hit publish right here. And at this point, your ad is going to go live. All right, it's gonna go through a review process, and then once it goes through the review process, it will go live. It'll start running and start showing to people. Now, the thing with Facebook lead form ads, they're great, and you get a really low cost per lead. You get a lot of leads coming in. However, after the leads come in, you have to go into the Facebook Ads Manager, download a CSV file, and then upload it into your CRM. And it's just very tedious. You don't know when leads are coming in, and it's honestly just kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so what I do is I use a software. It's called Go High Level. And so if you are a real estate agent, you can sign up with this. I work with a lot of other real estate marketing agencies that actually have their own white label version of this that might make things a lot simpler and easier for you. But if you are a real estate marketing agency and you're looking to go through and get more real estate clients on board, I'll have a link down below to this Go High Level platform, which honestly, guys, it makes it so simple. It allows you to go through, white label their software, turn it into your own real estate marketing software, and it's just game changer. You can bring on as many clients as you want. You don't ever pay any more for the software. If you have 1 client, 10 client, 1,000 clients, doesn't matter. It's the same exact price, right? So coming over here, what we want to do first is we need to connect our Facebook ad account to this this software. And the reason why we're going to do this is so we can automatically pull in the leads to our CRM right here. We can get instant lead notifications from the mobile app, so we're actually notified when leads are coming in, because you've probably heard about speed to lead. If you do not connect with that lead within the first 5 minutes, it basically goes completely dead. Okay, so we want to go through and have speed to lead, and so we want to have the instant lead notification so we know to follow up with that person. Or if we are busy and we can't follow up with that person immediately, we want to have an email or SMS follow-up that we can follow up with each and every one of these leads. Okay, and I'll show you guys all those templates here in just a second. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to come over here. We're going to connect our Facebook ad account. Okay, so we're just going to go through, hit OK. Just going to pop through this little connector thing saying, okay, do you want to connect? Continue as Jason Wardrop. It's connecting, and then it says, which business would you like to link to this location? And we'll do this real estate coaching one. Boom. So that's what we do. We go through and we connect that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to settings in a minute, and I'm just going to show you kind of the step-by-step setup. But just to kind of show you how cool this is, I already have all these automated follow-up email and SMS drip campaigns that you can just plug in all of your leads. So I've got a bi-monthly newsletter drip. So this is just going to drip a monthly newsletter, and it just keeps you top of mind as the go-to agent in your area. Or we've got the buyer list follow-up campaign, the lead notification internal. So it's going to text you. It's going to send you a notification every time a new lead comes in. Listing lead follow-up campaign, settle lead follow-up campaign. We've got all this cool info right here. So let's just select this. So we've got an instant text, wait, an email going out, wait. We're gonna actually call that person. We're gonna see if they're available, right? And if they are available, it's gonna automatically connect you with that person. And so we've got all this cool follow-up right here that's already pre-built. So you can see in here, we've already got it done for you, so that you don't have to go through and mess around with the follow-up. Okay, so now back to this. I know this is a little bit longer video, but I wanted to show you guys everything step by step, how to actually go through and make this work. So we're gonna come over here to settings, and we are gonna go to integrations right here, and we're just gonna select our ad account. Okay, so this is the ad account that I was using, so we want to make sure we're connected. And then up here, we're gonna go to Facebook form field mapping. Okay, so now this is where, see this Dallas listing? We just go through and click on map fields. We got the full name, email, phone. We hit save, and then check it out. It's connected. Now all of the leads coming in through that Facebook lead form ad, they're gonna go into the CRM that's already pre-built in here. So we would just map the fields on all of these. It takes like 2 seconds, and then all the leads are gonna flow through into this little contact section, which is obviously a demo account, and then we can go through and set up the automated follow-up drip campaign right here. Right, so guys, that was the whole entire setup from A to Z to how to go through and set up your Facebook ads for your real estate business. If you're a real estate marketing agency or a real estate agent, like I said, if you guys want all these copy and paste Facebook ads, smash the like button, drop a comment down below, because that really helps with engagement and getting this out to more people to help them with their own business. And then after we go through, we went through the whole entire setup. I showed you everything A to Z inside the Facebook Ads Manager, and then how to pull in those leads into your own CRM and have all of the email, SMS, phone call, voicemail drip, automated follow-up. So I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. If it was, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We just passed 100,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be getting my 100K subscribers plaque. I'm gonna probably hang it up just right over here, which I'm super excited about. Should be coming in the mail in the next week or two. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.